Welcome back to another episode. In this one, I'll be taking you along with me to Perth. A few weeks ago, I got the chance to visit this beautiful part of Australia. And honestly, who knew you could fly for over 9 hours and still be in the same country? For a bit of context, I live in Brisbane, which is on the complete opposite side of Australia. I had to fly to Sydney first, then from Sydney to Perth. You can get a direct flight, but that wasn't an option this time for me. And I'll be honest, I hate flying. Every single time I do, I get the worst jet lag. By the time I land, I feel like a zombie. Anyway, once we finally landed in Perth, we grabbed a taxi to the hotel, dropped our bags, and I went straight to find food. I ended up eating a biryani. It didn't look exactly like the traditional ones I normally have, but when you're hungry, you just eat whatever is in front of you. This trip wasn't really a holiday, it was mostly work, but I still managed to sneak in a few moments to explore and to create. In this video, I'll share some of the photos and clips from the locations I managed to visit. The first location I found interesting to photograph was Elizabeth Quay. I think that's how you say it. It's this modern waterfront right in the heart of Perth, surrounded by tall buildings and reflections on the water. I tried to capture a few good shots here, but honestly, I wasn't completely happy with them. I haven't done much cityscape photography before. It's a bit out of my comfort zone. But for someone who usually points the camera towards mountains and trees, I think I did alright. But vlogging here was a different story. My anxiety went through the roof. The moment there were people around, I simply froze up. I couldn't really set up a proper shot or talk naturally on camera. It's funny, every time I go somewhere new, it takes me a while to loosen up and start vlogging. Unfortunately, that didn't happen at this location. After getting a few shots, I decided to take a walk, and that's when I stumbled across a quiet, peaceful shoreline with a beautiful view of the city, and that became my second location. This spot I felt much more relaxed. I could finally set up my tripod, take my time and talk about my composition. So I've been doing a little bit of landscape photography. Perth is very interesting in terms of buildings. The contrast between old and new buildings are very obvious, and it's pretty cool to see if you're into architectural photography kind of thing. I got a few photos every now and then I took while I was exploring the city. I took a few photos which the ones I've found interesting. This shot I'm setting up, I find this quite interesting. I moved away from all the busy spots, and this was a quiet spot that I found that I could work with. And let me just talk you through these compositions. So what I'm looking at is these rocks, and I'm based pretty much. I aligned these rocks pretty much based on that massive building. That's pretty much the idea. The main thinking process behind this one picture. I spent about half an hour here, just slowing down, breathing and enjoying that small pocket of peace in the middle of the city. It's nice knowing there are places like this where you can disconnect from all the noise and just be still for a moment. After I was done here, I walked about 30 minutes to my next stop, the Blue Boat House. So we have another spot. This is the famous Blue Boat House very Instagrammable. It's been taken, like pictures have been taken of this so many times. I didn't really want to come here, but you know what? It is a famous spot, so I thought I'd give it a try. I got a few pictures, and hopefully it's good. You can be the judge. And once I was done with this location, I headed to Kings Park, another beautiful location with amazing views of the city and a calm, relaxing atmosphere. So I got a question for you. How do you guys manage work and hobby or being creative like this? I sometimes find it very difficult to manage both. In this trip, I tried my best to fit in a bit of creativity. I didn't fully manage it the way I wanted. I ended up coming home and doing this voiceover later, which took a lot of time and energy. But I'm really glad that I did. But in the future, I want to plan things a little better. If you're also trying to balance a creative passion alongside a full-time job, I would recommend setting aside dedicated time instead of winging it like I did. Otherwise, you will end up coming home and editing for hours or recording voiceovers, and it can become draining. It even made me doubt whether I should even bother posting this video. I felt like I didn't have enough content, but I learned that it's better to finish and share your work than to let perfection stop you. So yeah, that's my small lesson from this trip. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.